Do you find yourself constantly pushing, striving, and struggling to achieve your goals? What if there was a different way to approach life, a way that allows you to accomplish more by doing less? This might sound counterintuitive, but it's the core principle of an ancient Chinese philosophy called Wu Wei. In this video, we'll explore the concept of Wu Wei and how it can help you live more fully through effortless action. Wu Wei is a fundamental concept in Taoism, an ancient Chinese philosophy and way of life. The term Wu Wei literally translates to non-action or non-doing, but its meaning goes much deeper than simple inactivity. Wu Wei is about aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life and acting in harmony with the universe around us. At its heart, Wu Wei presents us with a paradox. How can we achieve our goals by not doing? The key lies in understanding that Wu Wei isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing things effortlessly and in alignment with our true nature. It's about finding the path of least resistance and moving through life with grace and ease. To better understand this concept, let's look at some examples from nature. Consider a river flowing down a mountain. The water doesn't struggle or force its way down. It simply follows the path of least resistance, effortlessly carving its course through the landscape. Plants too demonstrate Wu Wei as they grow towards the sun without strain or conscious effort. In our daily lives, we can apply the principles of Wu Wei to various aspects. In our work, it means finding and utilizing our natural strengths rather than constantly fighting against our limitations. Instead of forcing ourselves to excel in areas that don't come naturally to us, we can focus on the tasks and roles that align with our innate abilities and interests. In relationships, Wu Wei encourages us to allow connections to develop naturally, rather than trying to force or manipulate them. It's about being authentic and present, rather than constantly strategizing or trying to control outcomes. When it comes to creativity, Wu Wei can help us tap into our natural flow of ideas. Instead of sitting down and demanding that our brains produce brilliant concepts on command, we can create space for inspiration to arise naturally. This might mean taking a walk, engaging in a relaxing activity, or simply allowing our minds to wander. However, practicing Wu Wei isn't always easy in our modern world. We face numerous obstacles that can make effortless action seem impossible. Societal pressure often pushes us towards constant action and productivity. We're taught from a young age that success comes from hard work and perseverance, which can make the idea of non-doing seem counterintuitive or even lazy. Fear can also hold us back from fully embracing Wu Wei. Letting go of control and trusting in the natural flow of things can be scary. We might worry that if we're not constantly pushing and striving, we'll fall behind or miss out on opportunities. Our egos too can get in the way of Wu Wei. We often set rigid goals based on what we think we should achieve, rather than what truly aligns with our nature and desires. This can lead us to push ourselves in directions that don't serve us, creating unnecessary struggle and resistance. Despite these challenges, practicing Wu Wei can bring numerous benefits to our lives. One of the most immediate effects is a reduction in stress and anxiety. When we stop fighting against the current of life and instead learn to flow with it, we naturally feel more relaxed and at peace. Paradoxically, Wu Wei can also lead to increased productivity. When we're aligned with our natural strengths and working in harmony with our environment, we can accomplish more with less effort. Tasks that once felt like a struggle may start to feel effortless and enjoyable. Wu Wei can also improve our decision-making abilities. By quieting our minds and tuning into our intuition, we can make choices that are more aligned with our true selves and the reality of our situations. Instead of overthinking or trying to force outcomes, we can trust in our natural wisdom and the flow of life. Our relationships too can benefit from the practice of Wu Wei. When we stop trying to control or manipulate others and instead allow our connections to develop naturally, we often find that our interactions become more authentic and fulfilling. We become better listeners, more present in our conversations, and more accepting of others as they are. So how can we start practicing Wu Wei in our daily lives? One of the first steps is to cultivate mindfulness and presence. By becoming more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and actions, we can start to notice when we're pushing too hard or resisting the natural flow of things. Learning to trust our instincts is another important aspect of Wu Wei. Our intuition often knows what's best for us, but we've been conditioned to override it with logical thinking. By tuning into our gut feelings and natural inclinations, we can start to make decisions that are more aligned with our true selves. Letting go of rigid expectations is also crucial for practicing Wu Wei. When we hold too tightly to specific outcomes, we create resistance and struggle. Instead, we can set intentions and then allow life to unfold naturally, remaining open to unexpected opportunities and paths. As we practice Wu Wei, we often find that it leads to profound personal growth. By letting go of our need to constantly do and achieve, we create space for self-discovery. We may uncover aspects of ourselves that were previously hidden beneath layers of societal expectations and self-imposed pressures. Wu Wei also helps us develop patience and acceptance. We learn to trust in the timing of things and to accept situations as they are, rather than constantly fighting against reality. This doesn't mean becoming passive or giving up on our goals, but rather approaching them with a sense of ease and flow. In our modern society, finding a balance between action and non-action can be challenging. We live in a world that often values busyness and visible productivity over stillness and effortless action. However, by incorporating the principles of Wu Wei into our lives, we can find peace amidst the chaos and achieve our goals with greater ease. It's important to note that there are some common misunderstandings about Wu Wei that we should address. Some people mistakenly believe that Wu Wei is about being lazy or passive, but this is far from the truth. Wu Wei isn't about doing nothing, it's about doing things in alignment with our nature and the flow of life. There's a crucial difference between inaction and effortless action. Inaction stems from fear, apathy, or indecision. Effortless action, on the other hand, comes from a place of alignment and flow. It's about acting without struggle, not about failing to act at all. We've learned that Wu Wei is an ancient Chinese concept that encourages us to live and act in harmony with the natural flow of life. It's about finding the path of least resistance and accomplishing more by doing less. We've seen how Wu Wei can be applied to various aspects of our lives, from work and creativity to relationships and personal growth. We've also discussed the challenges of practicing Wu Wei in our modern world and strategies for overcoming these obstacles. The benefits of Wu Wei are numerous, including reduced stress, increased productivity, better decision-making, and improved relationships. By cultivating mindfulness, trusting our instincts, and letting go of rigid expectations, we can start to incorporate Wu Wei into our daily lives. Practicing Wu Wei is a journey, not a destination. It's about continually aligning ourselves with the natural flow of life and finding ways to act effortlessly in pursuit of our goals. It may take time and practice to fully integrate these principles into your life, but the rewards can be profound. As you move forward from this video, I encourage you to explore how Wu Wei might apply to your own life. Notice where you might be pushing too hard or resisting the natural flow of things. Experiment with letting go a little and seeing what happens when you allow things to unfold naturally. Wu Wei isn't about giving up on your goals or becoming passive. It's about finding a more harmonious and effortless way to achieve what you want in life. It's about working smarter, not harder, and aligning yourself with the natural currents of the universe. As you continue on your journey of exploring Wu Wei, pay attention to the small moments in your day where you can practice effortless action. It might be in how you approach a work task, how you interact with a friend, or even how you move your body. Every moment offers an opportunity to align more closely with the principles of Wu Wei. One of the beautiful aspects of Wu Wei is that it encourages us to be more present in our lives. When we're not constantly striving and pushing, we can more fully appreciate the moment we're in. This increased presence can lead to a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment in life. Wu Wei also invites us to reconsider our relationship with control. Many of us spend a lot of energy trying to control outcomes in our lives, but Wu Wei suggests that there's a power in letting go. This doesn't mean becoming completely passive, but rather finding a balance between taking action and allowing things to unfold naturally. As you practice Wu Wei, you may find that your definition of success begins to shift. Instead of measuring success solely by external achievements, you might start to value the ease and flow with which you move through life. Success becomes less about what you accomplish and more about how you feel as you're accomplishing it. Wu Wei can also help us navigate challenges and setbacks more gracefully. When we're not rigidly attached to specific outcomes, we can more easily adapt to changes and unexpected events. We become more resilient, able to flow around obstacles rather than crashing into them. In our relationships, Wu Wei encourages us to let go of the need to change or fix others. Instead, we learn to accept people as they are, allowing our connections to develop naturally. This can lead to more authentic and satisfying relationships, free from manipulation or forced expectations. Wu Wei can be particularly powerful when it comes to creativity and problem solving. By letting go of our need to force solutions, we open ourselves up to inspiration and innovative ideas. Some of our best insights often come when we're not actively trying to think of them. In our professional lives, Wu Wei can help us find more satisfaction and success in our work. It encourages us to align our careers with our natural talents and interests, rather than forcing ourselves into roles that don't suit us. This alignment can lead to greater productivity and fulfillment in our work. Wu Wei also invites us to reconsider our relationship with time. In our fast-paced world, we often feel pressure to do everything quickly, but Wu Wei reminds us that everything has its natural timing. By aligning with this natural rhythm, we can reduce stress and often achieve better results. As you continue to explore Wu Wei, you might find it helpful to observe nature. Notice how plants grow, how water flows, how animals behave. Nature provides countless examples of effortless action that we can learn from and apply to our own lives. Remember that practicing Wu Wei doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or difficulties. Life will still have its ups and downs. The difference is in how you approach these challenges. With Wu Wei, you learn to flow with the currents of life rather than constantly swimming against them. Wu Wei can also help us cultivate a sense of humility. It reminds us that we are part of something larger than ourselves, and that not everything is under our control. This humility can be liberating, freeing us from the pressure of thinking we need to manage every aspect of our lives and the world around us. As you integrate Wu Wei into your life, you may find that your decision-making process changes. Instead of agonizing over choices, you might find yourself more often trusting your intuition and the natural flow of events. This can lead to decisions that feel more aligned and authentic. Wu Wei encourages us to let go of perfectionism. Instead of striving for an idealized, perfect outcome, we learn to appreciate and work with what is. This doesn't mean settling for less, but rather finding the beauty and potential in the reality of each situation. In our spiritual lives, Wu Wei can deepen our connection to the world around us. It encourages a kind of effortless mindfulness, where we become more attuned to the present moment and our place within it. This can lead to a profound sense of peace and interconnectedness. As you practice Wu Wei, you may notice changes in how you handle stress and anxiety. Instead of fighting against stressful feelings, you might find yourself able to acknowledge them and let them pass more easily. This can lead to greater emotional resilience and overall well-being. Wu Wei can also influence how we approach learning and personal development. Instead of forcing ourselves to acquire knowledge or skills, we can allow our natural curiosity and interests to guide us. This often leads to deeper, more meaningful learning experiences. In our physical health, Wu Wei principles can guide us towards more sustainable and enjoyable ways of caring for our bodies. Instead of forcing ourselves into rigid diet and exercise regimens, we can listen to our bodies and find ways of moving and eating that feel natural and pleasurable. Wu Wei reminds us of the power of patience. In a world that often demands immediate results, Wu Wei encourages us to trust in the natural unfolding of events. This patience can lead to better outcomes and a more peaceful state of mind. As we near the end of our exploration of Wu Wei, it's important to remember that this is a lifelong practice. There will be times when you find yourself effortlessly in flow, and times when you struggle against the current. The key is to approach all of these experiences with curiosity and compassion. Wu Wei invites us to trust in ourselves and in the natural order of things. It encourages us to let go of our need to control every aspect of our lives and instead to flow with the currents of existence. This trust can lead to a profound sense of peace and alignment. As you move forward from this video, I encourage you to remain open to the wisdom of Wu Wei. Notice the moments in your life where things flow effortlessly and the times when you find yourself struggling. Use these observations as guideposts on your journey towards a more harmonious way of living. The goal isn't to perfect the practice of Wu Wei, but to continually align yourself more closely with its principles. Each day offers new opportunities to act with effortless ease, to trust in the natural flow of life, and to find greater peace and fulfillment in every moment. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Wu Wei. I hope you found value in these ideas and that they inspire you to discover your own path of effortless action. Remember, the wisdom of Wu Wei is always available to you in every moment, waiting to guide you towards a more harmonious and fulfilling life.